4 edition of High School Lowdown. For Ernest Boker and Jeff Bird, I'm Steve Wilson. There's a long road trip in the cards for St. Aloysius as they head down to Walthall County to take on Salem.
First of 2 back-to-back road trips down that way. They go to Dexter next week. Never want to make that trip. It's a long bus ride. You have to get off the bus and hit the field right away. But at least they get to avoid that 3-hour trip down to the coast this year to play Resurrection, which is kind of nice.
Well, one thing that they won't be able to avoid is Southern Miss commitment Jonathan Wilson. 6'7", 275 pounds. That's not a size player that you see at Class 1A.
No, not very often for sure. It's NFL size. And St. Al's had some issues on their offensive and defensive line, so trying to keep them out of their backfield and trying to get past them, it may take them an hour just to run past them to get to the quarterback.
Speaking of running, Elliott Bexley's done a good job of toting the rock for the Flashes. He's got 130 yards and a touchdown already, and talking to Coach B.J. Smithart yesterday, he was really pleased with his progress.
Right. They've started the season with 4 or 5 running backs that they were kind of trying to figure out the best one to use, and he's clearly been the most effective one through the first 2 games so far.
Speaking of long bus rides, unfortunately, Vicksburg's going to have to take another one, just like St. Al, to Walthall County, taking on Tylertown.
This is going to be the 3rd road trip in a row for Vicksburg. And like I said, boy, they can use a home game. Last Saturday was a long, hot day for Vicksburg against Richwood. They gave up 300 yards, 3 long touchdown passes. At least Coach Johnson made an adjustment with his defensive secondary, moving in Edward Davis and DeAndre King to the cornerback positions, and they were much more settled there. I also thought linebacker Roderick Davis, a freshman, played very well at linebacker for him.
Porter's Chapel takes on Newton Academy this week in their district opener.
Yeah, they're supposed to play Ben's 4 last week, home opener, district opener. Got, of course, postponed by Isaac, and they've not rescheduled that game yet.
A great deluge.
Yes. This is the week off might actually help PCA in some ways. They had a new quarterback last time out with Zach Morgan filling in for Jonah Masterson. So the extra week of practice might help him get settled a little bit, give him some extra reps and some confidence to kind of work with his team a little better.
Recently, I had a conversation with PCA coach Wade Patrick about this important game for the Eagles.
And I'm here with Coach Wade Patrick from Porter's Chapel Academy, and you're taking on Newton Academy, and what'll be now your district opener.
Yeah, a week later, but we're ready to play. You know, that week off did us some good. Refresh up a little bit and getting ready for our first conference game this week.
Well, is it giving your new quarterback a chance to kind of get used to the scheme? And
it does. You know, it gets him more comfortable. The more snaps that he gets, even though it's not game snaps, just the familiarity with the offense and where people are going to be. So that's going to help him tremendously, hopefully, this week.
Tropical Storm Isaac threw you out of your routine for sure. Has it been easy for the kids to get back into the normal routine?
You know, we only missed one day. We were able to get all our work in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, offense, defense, special teams. We skipped Thursday, which would be just really a walkthrough anyway. And then we came back Friday and hit. So we went about an hour and a half Friday morning and hit and got them, a little sore. And then we just started our preparations for this week Sunday. So the only difference really was no game. They didn't have that soreness from the game situations. But from the practice standpoint, we got everything in that we needed to.
Warren Central wraps up their non-region schedule with Natchez this week, and the Vikings are coming off what I would say would be a morale-busting loss to Hattiesburg.
Well, it was a tough loss, but like I said, Josh Morgan is looking at the big picture. You know, if they can beat Natchez this week, they're 2-2. They have a bye week, and then they have another home game following with Northwest Rankin the next week. So the kids are pumped up about this game with Natchez this week, and they put it behind them.
Well, the thing that I noticed in that game Saturday was that WC did a good job of running the football, and their defense played well for most of the game. But that one blow-up on that Jamal Haddon touchdown was the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, well, like I said, the good thing with the Vikings this week, they get Curtis Ross back, which will help them at safety. They'll be able to move another player inside, and so it should help the defense out this week.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of High School Lowdown. For Jeff Bird and Ernest Boker, I'm Steve Wilson. Be sure to check out all the happenings on VicksburgPost.com, and you can go there for scoring updates Friday nights, or you can check out our Twitter feed at VixPostSports, and that's VIX Post Sports. Thanks, and have a great day.